So this fucking asshole right here, Christopher M. Wolpert, he owes me $605. $605 fucking dollars. Let's read this bullshit of fucking opinion. This opinion is going to be unpublished and unsigned. You know why it was unpublished and unsigned? Because Tim Kovich and Phillips and Eade, well, they're fucking embarrassed. They're embarrassed of this opinion, and they should be. They absolutely should be. So let's go ahead and read this, okay? So there is a partial summary judgment for the grand jury issue. This is a constitutional issue. This is a constitutional issue. The collateral order doctrine applies. First, he wants to talk about there is some time thing, right? Oh yeah. It was too late. Okay, well, I filed a time extension. And then I also had filed a motion to compel. And then, only when I filed a motion to compel, and there's a behemoth of an appeal that's, in the appeals court. This was no small appeal. This was huge. And this motherfucker, he's going to say with all due consideration, oh, I'm sure. Did you even read the appeal? Did you even read the briefing? And then he wants me to file a memorandum brief right on top of it. And I did all those things. So much fucking typing. And it was really good, really strong. Like 30 pages, 40 pages or so. I even had a table of authorities. A table of contents and a table of authorities. Motherfucker threw it in the trash like that. Like that. Okay, yeah, a lot of consideration. Okay, let's read some of this. I want to point out this part here. Appellate John Masters, who proceeds pro se in this appeal. Why does that matter? What the hell does that matter? He's pointing out that it's pro se because fuck this guy. Now fuck this guy. He didn't pay $100,000 for some bullshit lawyer to do some bullshit, so fuck this guy. This clerk's a wannabe fucking judge is going to go ahead and fuck me the fuck over. Hey, Christopher M. Wolpert, why don't you actually become a judge? You fucking low-life piece of shit. You owe me $605. You stole $605 away from me. This matter is before us sua sponte to consider the court's jurisdiction over the appeal. See Hill v. Vanderbilt Cap. I don't even think he's read any of these cases. He cites these cases like out of a Rolodex. This court has an independent duty to examine its own jurisdiction. So he immediately calls sua sponte for this thing to come up. Yeah, he already said in his mind that he was going to fuck me the fuck over. I filed the memorandum brief. Did it fucking matter? He didn't. He went ahead and did the work of lawyers. If those are experienced lawyers, then why don't you let them file some counter brief? Why didn't you let them fight their own fucking battles, their own fucking case? This is such cheating. This is one-sided bullshit. If this was what they consider justice, we are fucked. This is why, the Trump administration don't listen to these motherfuckers. What Pete Hegseth says, you know what? Not only does Pete Hegseth not listen to the district court, Pete Hegseth isn't even going to listen to the circuit court. Maybe Pete Hegseth might listen to the Supreme Court, but not the circuit and not the district court. So, seeks to appeal a district court minute entry, a minute order, motherfucker. It's a final order. They went ahead, the motion to compel, went ahead and doubled down on it, just like I thought they would. So they could get a wrongful fucking dismissal. I've already put 1,000 pages on this. I've been working on this case for 2 fucking years. Reflecting the proceedings at a status conference held by a magistrate judge. Oh, okay, so a minute entry, right? He's really minimizing this shit. It was just a minute entry. Almost, when you read it, almost looks like a minute entry. It's just a minute entry. No, it was a big fucking decision. Okay, let's see. Masters, dismissal, now go fuck yourself. Masters, summary judgment, now go fuck yourself. Well, grand jury, you think the Bill of Rights applies to you? Fuck you. That's what this fucking stupid fuck is doing. So Christopher M. Wolpert, you owe me $605, you should be embarrassed of yourself. Have you ever got an appeal as good as mine from any fucking lawyer? And he went ahead and did the case for the fucking lawyers. Think about that shit. This is why America's fucked. This is why America's fucked. Any issue over $20, we get a jury trial. So technically, who do I appeal to? Who do I, how do I get a jury trial to put Christopher Wolpert, you owe me $605. If there's a matter that's over $20, says the 7th Amendment, then a right to a jury trial is still protected. These are thieving ass piles of shit. The magistrate judge denied Mr. Masters' motion for partial summary judgment for the grand jury issue. So it's a constitutional issue. This court entered an order directing Mr. Masters to show cause why appellate jurisdiction existed given the ongoing district court proceedings. Ongoing? They weren't doing a damn thing except fucking my case over. And then on top of fucking my case over, so the minute orders, the final orders, okay, there was 6 decisions, and 5 of them was to fuck me over, and then the one little thing that they did was just so fucking great. Yeah, the lawyers lie. The lawyers lied some more, and they fucking farted out some fucking bullshit. Well, we gotta fucking suck that guy's dick. He's a lawyer that's recognized by the bar. We gotta suck his fucking dick. We gotta do his job for him. And he getting paid $100,000 a year. Why don't you let him do his own job? This just shows you how biased they are. They are biased against pro se individuals. You think you're an American citizen and you have rights? No, you don't. You only get the rights that you pay for. You pay a lawyer so we can fuck the lawyer over, but you don't matter. Given the ongoing district court proceedings. There was no ongoing district court proceedings. I had 2 other motions. A motion to the objections, motion to vacate, that was ignored. Then I had the certification motion, that was ignored. And then only when I had, fucking 30-page appeal looking down upon the district court, a 30-page appeal on top of a motion to compel, they went ahead and issued the de novo review, but there was still no R&R. There was still no facts and recommendations report. Their F&R report was still missing. And then what's the punishment for a goddamn magistrate that takes more powers than what they had to begin with? No punishment? Yeah, they fucked up. They did something illegal, but I'm going to go ahead and rubber stamp their decision, so now I put a stink of corruption on top of that order, so now we have, an official Article 3 judge fucking stamp. Yeah, they fucked up. Yeah, the magistrate broke the law. Of course, and then now the magistrate immediately is going to fucking rule on some shit on their end. Immediately. This is such bullshit. It's not even fucking funny. We have before us Mr. Masters' responses to our show cause order. Upon careful consideration, bullshit. You didn't even fucking read it. If you would have read it, then you would have actually wrote something a little bit better. A little 3-page, how many paragraphs is this? 1, 2, that's not a paragraph, that's a sentence. So, but, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whole paragraphs, huh? I wrote 30, 40 fucking pages. He wrote 3 pages, and it's double spaced, right? So, really, it's a page and a half. Do I need to get water? I'm mic'd. I just want to read the rest of this. Okay, so the court generally has jurisdiction to hear appeals from final decisions of district court. 1291. A final decision is one that ends the litigations on the merits and leaves nothing for the court to do but execute judgment. If you would have ruled on the grand jury, the question I presented to them, I had 2 questions. 2 simple fucking questions. 2 simple yes or no questions. A, can a magistrate rule on summary judgment, yes or no? B, do Americans have the grand jury right? Is it incorporated to the states? The 5th Amendment says we have a grand jury right. Is that incorporated to the states? Yes or no? And you know which questions, those yes or no questions that they asked? That they answered? Neither one. Why is it so hard to answer a yes or no question, Chris Wolpert? Why is that so hard, you piece of shit? Do I have a grand jury right? You're goddamn right I do. Can magistrates rule on summary judgment? No, they fucking can't. Why is it so hard to answer 2 yes or no questions? That was the relief asked for, and you fucking sidestepped the shit out of it, you motherfucker. This is just like me trying to, change the title. One of the fucking clerks want to put the Second Amendment complaint as a judicial notice. And I was like, hey, I'm just calling. I wrote 100 pages. It's a Second Amendment complaint. I also had the certiorari and judicial notice in the beginning, but it's mostly the Second Amendment. You can put them both, right? It was a small mistake that a tiny little phone call should have fucking fixed. But since they're trying to fuck over the pro se person, which is a citizen, so they're trying to fuck me over because they're trying to fuck you over. It took 20 to 30 fucking pages of goddamn, just obvious shit. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I said that this was it. I had to break it down 100 pages, so 99% of the damn thing's a Second Amendment complaint. Why would you file it as something else? I know why you're filing it as something else, because you're fucking over pro se people. You're fucking over pro se people. That's what the fuck you're doing. It was a goddamn Second Amendment complaint, motherfucker. I typed on it and I got it in. I only had so much fucking time. There's all these time limits, and I got it in the nick of time. And I still had a little bit more editing to do, but I mean, what the fuck? I did my part. And then once I turn it in, the clerk is going to be like, I'm going to file this under something totally incorrectly. So 30 pages just to correct a little mistake. 30 fucking pages of appeals just to get 2 questions answered. And he doesn't answer either one of the questions because he doesn't know the fucking law. This bitch is getting paid $100-something thousand as well to fuck over the American people. And then if y'all want to put lawyers up on a pedestal, that's why Barry Morphew is going to get off. Barry Morphew, he paid a fucking high-dollar lawyer, and that's why he's going to walk free. It has nothing to do with right or wrong, has nothing to do with justice or injustice. Barry Morphew killed his wife and then paid a high-dollar lawyer to get him off. Just like Alec Baldwin, just like fucking a lot of people. Trump got indicted 4 times in 2023. Let's carry on. Cunningham v. Hamilton County, Ohio, 1999. Yeah, what's your thoughts about Cunningham v. Hamilton County, Ohio? Christopher Wolpert, do you even know what these cases even said? Hill v. Vanderbilt Cap. Did you even read these fucking cases? Fuck you, man. I'm the fool that thinks that the law is supposed to mean something. An order that sets the stage for further trial court proceedings is not final. Hayes Farm Tree TR v. State Farm Fire and Cost Case, 10th Circuit, 2017. Sets the stage for further trial court proceedings. They weren't ruling on the thing, and they weren't going to go ahead and do. I did the objections. I did the certification request. So she was going to block me from, doing an interlocutory appeal. And then when it comes to the objections, they weren't ruling on the thing, and all they're going to do is fuck me the fuck over. And that's, I'll talk a little bit about qualified immunity at the end here. A magistrate judge order is not a final appealable order unless and until the district court acts on it. Well, by the time you issued this, Christopher Wolpert, August 25th, there was a de novo review. There was a de novo review 4 days prior. So that means the district court had acted on it. And that means within 4 days, I had my goddamn appeal was already there, sitting on your desk. Fucking horseshit, man. It's fucking horseshit. The amount of work that I gotta fucking do. And basically I ran, 100 yards in front of the other ones, and so he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to make the other fucking team actually do, their goddamn jobs. Until the district court acts upon it. Okay, well, that's the 10th Circuit, 2006, and they acted upon it. So, your little Phillips B. Beyer Waltz, again, another court case this motherfucker didn't read. He don't know shit about these court cases. You can just look in the LexisNexis, and then you just pull up a court case, and then they'll have something in parentheses, and he'll say that the shit that's in parentheses is the holding. But when you read the case, sometimes it's the holding, sometimes it's not. The cases that he cites has nothing to do with my case whatsoever, especially this last case. When the magistrate judge denied Mr. Masters' motion for partial summary judgment, this litigation was not ended on its merits. Horse shit. Fucking horse shit. They're leading to... Okay, so when am I supposed to appeal the summary judgment? After the dismissal? Is that when the fucking goddamn proceedings? After the dismissal, then I can fucking goddamn... after a trial. After goddamn motherfucking 3 more years of this bullshit. Go to trial, and they're going to continue with the pro se bias because they don't care about fairness. They don't care about justice. They don't care about right or wrong. They don't give a shit. They don't mind fucking people's lives over. They do this shit day in and day out. These lawyers are fucking over America. They're a bunch of parasitical fucking fucks. Whenever I watch the movies, they care about truth and justice. I just watched My Cousin Vinny. And they were falsely accused of murdering some clerk and robbing the place. Falsely accused. The guy goes through each witnesses, puts them on the stand, finds some gaping holes in their cases, and then one by one kind of knocks their testimony down. And then ultimately proves his case. You know, the damn car had some suspension, rear wheel suspension or something. Marissa Tomei. Her biological clock is just ticking. Rather, the order Mr. Masters seeks to appeal is one that sets the stage for further trial court proceedings. Bullshit, you dumb motherfucking lying piece of shit. Christopher Woolport, you owe me $605. This is horse shit. This is horse shit. You know why they didn't sign it and why they didn't publish this? That means they can't even use this as precedent. You made this decision, you piece of shit. This should be used as precedent. You know, thou should not discriminate, you fucking motherfucker. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, gay or straight, rich or poor, male or female. You deserve justice. You're a citizen of this country. Here's another thing. Moreover, we note that Mr. Masters filed a motion to vacate magistrate's order that remains pending in the district court. They weren't going to fucking do a damn thing in the motion to vacate. They weren't going to act upon it whatsoever. It was over 2 months ago that I'd filed this shit, and they didn't do a damn thing. And why? Because I'm telling them to vacate the orders that they just went ahead and put. They got their egos. I determined that the grand jury right, it's not important for me to rule on. And I'm going to just harumph for the next 2 months on this. No, I'm not going to do a damn thing about it. It's not important to me. My job as judge is to fuck over the American people. No wonder the Trump administration, with him arresting judges. People, you know, they like what he's doing because you guys have been such crap. I would hate to think I am fucking progressive. I am liberal. I would hate to think that after I go through all this shit, it will be the conservatives on the Supreme Court that hears me. That's going to turn me into a fucking conservative. How come you fucking liberals are more fucking fascist than the conservatives are? You know what defeats fascism? Conservatism defeats fascism. And so does liberalism. Really, any goddamn philosophy defeats fascism. I think we're all a bunch of damn pigs and we should yell at each other and force people into compliance and fuck them the fuck over because they're stupid animals. I like giving orders. I like hierarchy. I like telling people what to do. This totalitarian society is great. When a cop kidnaps a person, we fuck that person over. That's our system. What about the fairness and due process? And when does this turn into a court where they look at both sides and they look at the evidence presented and they see if a crime had occurred? When do they walk a mile in my shoes? When do they walk in my skin? When do they put themselves in my position and their position and see if a crime had occurred? If this shit happened to Woolpert or fucking the judge or the magistrate, you're telling me that the cops would ignore people doing drive-by shootings on you, Woolpert? Drive-by shootings, 39 fucking assassination attempts. You're telling me that if you were a victim of drive-by shootings, the cops wouldn't do shit and you'd be okay with that? And then when you're defending yourself because you don't have police protection and you fired a couple warning shots straight up into the air, 300 feet away from behind your house, you bared arms, You use the Second Amendment. You use Article 2, Section 13. You use Colorado's Bill of Rights and America's Bill of Rights. You said, I don't know what to do in this situation. Well, I'll look to the law. Well, I have a right to speak, okay? Hey, stop doing what you're doing. Okay, that didn't help. Okay, I have a right to petition. Here, let me write you a little letter. Hey, will you stop doing what you're doing? Didn't help. I have a right to pray. Right to religion. So I look to the law to come up with some options. I have a right to bear arms. I have a right to defend myself. I'm supposed to just let motherfuckers. I was a prisoner in my own home for over a year. They murdered my fucking dog. The cops didn't do a fucking thing. The cops would come and harass me. I would call, it would go down to New Mexico, then they would patch it over to Archuleta County, then they would patch it back to Alamosa. By the time I called the 911 dispatch, that's 15 minutes. It takes 45 minutes for them to get there. An hour later, they show up and they say, hey, well, where's the criminals at? They arrested me because I called 911. What the fuck is the matter with you? What about that is fair? What about that is right? They just found another dead body. They found another dead body in Costilla County in the Wild Horse Mesa. Anybody give a fuck? Anybody saying, hey, wait a second, that's murder. That's a homicide. That's bad. That's wrong. And when the cops put a thumb up their ass and they don't investigate, they find nothing out and they make no arrest. Well, hell, a dead body, murder, that's okay in Costilla County. You think Wolpert is going to give a fuck? You think Wolpert's going to go arrest the guy? I guarantee he don't. People are dying. People are getting murdered. There's a serial killer that killed like 5 or 6 people just, 15 minutes from that area. Why do you think he can get away with that shit? He's part of a gang. There's sand all over the place. You could just bury him in the desert somewhere. So there's no telling how many goddamn bones are in the sand. So his motion to vacate is still pending in the district court. So therefore, that contemplates that they were going to do some more, fucking me over. They were going to sabotage my case because they're corrupt. That doesn't say that there's actually further proceedings. There's a couple more proceedings that they need to go through to fuck me. You cannot point to one goddamn decision these stupid ass pieces of shit have fucking made that said that they're fair and balanced. That says that they're even-handed. The best thing you could say about a judge is that they're even-handed. The whole point of the law is to prevent one person from injuring another person. How many times did they just arrest people when there's no injury? What I did, my warning shots caused no injury. And yet when there is a dispute, when there is a controversy between two parties, an injury had occurred, these motherfuckers just don't, they don't have a comprehensive and coherent theory of the law or morality. It's bullshit, man. Basically, I'm so much better than these people. I would be a better judge and a better goddamn clerk, a better cop than all these motherfuckers. I would actually be concerned about right and wrong and, adjudicating the damn case in the best way forward, best way possible. If one person wronged another person, that person should pay. They don't believe that. They think it's okay for criminals and oppressors to fuck you the fuck over. And they're covering them. They're covering their asses up. They're covering up the criminals and they're covering up the officials who didn't do a fucking thing about it. Mr. Masters contends that the collateral order doctrine serves to provide us jurisdiction here. Not so. That's also another goddamn thing. These assholes are going to ask me, why don't you tell us why we have jurisdiction in this matter? You're the circuit court. You don't know why you got jurisdiction in this matter, you piece of shit. You don't know why you got jurisdiction in the matter. You have a general supervisory role. There's 3 exceptions or 4. You could do the appellate. You could do the pendant appeal. You could do the 1291 or the 1292. That requires certification, but you can pick up the interlocutory appeal on your own, just like on your own you fucked me over. On your own, you could go ahead. And since they, rubber stamp any of their stupid ass decisions, they could have taken this case and considered it. Yes or no? Do you deserve a grand jury right? Yeah, it's the 5th Amendment, of course. Can magistrates rule in summary judgment? No, they can't. And that's actually in the motion to compel. They're going to do a de novo review. Rodriguez agreed with me that Starnella should not have done the fucking summary goddamn judgment. So therefore, she admits that I was right, you stupid fuck. Wolpert saw that they did wrong, didn't do a goddamn thing. And even though she admits that, she didn't do right, she covered her ass up. So sick of these motherfuckers not giving a shit about right or wrong. It makes me question every goddamn thing that they're doing. Every decision they've ever fucking made. They're not fair and balanced. They don't care about justice. I would hate to think that this whole process turns me into a conservative. The only person that's going to hear me out is Clarence Thomas. That's the only person that's going to hear me out. Mr. Masters contends that the collateral order doctrine serves to provide us jurisdiction here. Yeah, it's 3 prongs. He doesn't mention any of the 3 prongs. When they were talking about the string cheese case, there was 5 prongs. And they went through each 5 prongs and says, well, this side and that side and this side and that side. He doesn't do that here. He doesn't address any of the 3 prongs. Instead, he says, all right, yeah, the 3 prongs are satisfied, but I'm going to add a 4th prong, or maybe a 5th prong. There's actually 4 prongs. There was the importance criterion. The importance criterion that the digital equipment case had added. For the collateral order doctrine to apply, the challenge decision must be unreviewable upon direct appeal. Okay, so he cites Kell v. Benson. Okay, so you would like to think that when you read Kell v. Benson, that it has to do with summary judgment. It's got to do with the grand jury issue. It's got to deal with the constitutional issue. Kell v. Benson is the stupidest fucking thing you could have cited with that. You're going to sit there and fuck me the fuck over and then just throw out this bullshit fucking case? Well, according to Kell v. Benson, the challenge decision must be unreviewable on direct appeal. So, you're trying to tell me, you know for a fucking fact that when people deny a summary judgment based upon the grand jury right of the 5th Amendment, you know for a fucking fact that that can be appealed afterwards. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think that I can go through a trial. I just saw what you just did here. I don't think you would look at all about what they did in the trial. They can put a thumb on the fucking scale, not admit a bunch of evidence, basically cheat. The 10th Judicial District would allow the fucking district courts to cheat for one side. People know pretty much almost instantaneously which side that they're going to be on in a case. Are we allowed to burn the American flag? I guarantee you the Supreme Court, they already know if you should be allowed to burn the American flag. They already know. Instead of dragging this shit out, why don't you just tell us what the fuck you motherfuckers think about shit? That's supposed to be the point of court, is get you an idea of what you think is wrong and what you think is right. Oh, whatever a cop does, a cop kidnapped a person, and you think your goddamn job is to rubber stamp that shit? And then when they fuck the fuck up, they make a big mistake. I mean, the cops that was in my case, they're losing evidence for a homicide case. There's drugs and guns that are going missing. Domestic violence case, there's been like 20 cases that they had to dismiss because of their terrible practices. They don't turn their body cameras on, which is illegal, so they're breaking the law, but who's going to punish them, right? Who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit. Meanwhile, people are being murdered, people are being raped, people are being robbed. So, Kell v. Benson doesn't apply. You want to say that what I said doesn't apply? No, what you just said doesn't apply. Kell v. Benson does not apply. Kell v. Benson had to do with basically like a whole bunch of other shit that had nothing to do with summary judgments. Or you show me a case, because I quoted a bunch of cases where summary judgment, you could not appeal on direct appeal. So you trying to say that there's this crystal clear case that says, yes, you can appeal summary judgments. I'm the fool that actually thinks that the law is supposed to matter. And if I'm the only person following the damn law and all you criminal motherfuckers are ignoring the law and just acting the damn fool, the decision denying the motion for partial summary judgment can be reviewed on direct appeal. And so the collateral, that's not what that case says. That case doesn't say anything about summary judgment. It says something about, I took some notes on it, so I'll have to get back to you on that. But it has nothing to do with it. So, it's a fancy citation. Well, according to Marbury v. Madison, you're an asshole. According to Bush v. Gore, you can go fuck yourself. According to Near v. Minnesota, your mom's a hoe. In sum, the order Mr. Master seeks to appeal is not a final order within the meaning of 1291, and no exceptions to the finality rule applies. Accordingly, we are without jurisdiction to consider this appeal. As a result, we dismiss this appeal and deny all motions pending in this court as moot. Appeal dismissed. Entered for the court, Christopher M. Wolpert. So, this fucking fucked me the fuck over. You know, why don't you do your job, you piece of shit? You're supposed to be the appeals court. How many people take their goddamn cases to the appeals court? You know who's not clogging up the appeals court? A bunch of American citizens. It's a bunch of fucking lawyers. Are you sick and tired of lawyers just putting a bunch of bullshit on your desk? Aren't you sick and tired of a bunch of lawyers just putting a bunch of superfluous, fucking insignificant... What's that word? There's a word that basically it's saying you can't have, you know, a bunch of insignificant goddamn cases. Frivolous. Aren't you sick and tired of having a bunch of superfluous and frivolous goddamn cases on your desk? You had a constitutional one. This is one I'm taking to the Supreme... I should thank this motherfucker. Because of you, Christopher M. Wolpert, and your stupid reasoning and your stupid ass analysis, I'm going to take this to the Supreme Court, you pile of shit. I'm going to take it to the Supreme Court. But, in terms of you giving a shit about justice, why do you have jurisdiction? I bet you could have thought a couple reasons about why I had jurisdiction. I have to tell you why you have jurisdiction? Why don't you let the other fucking side do their damn jobs? When you have the judge who goes ahead and picks the side, or a fucking clerk. This is, because these clerks in the 10th Judicial District, or the Circuit Court, because clerks are doing this shit, that's why clerks in courthouses act the way that they do. If a clerk doesn't know you, they don't give a shit. A cop can kidnap a person and they think it's the best fucking decision ever. They know it for a fact and they don't give a shit. But if I was to go into a clerk and say, hey, they're shooting at me, my dog's dead, they're stalking me, they're harassing me, I have all this evidence, that doesn't convince them of shit. But if I put a badge on and I go and kidnap a person, well, clearly you're guilty because he kidnapped you. Okay, that doesn't prove the case. That doesn't prove anything. People could fuck over another person for all sorts of reasons. Maybe they committed a crime. Maybe they injured somebody. Maybe I injured their ego. I mentioned something about running for sheriff. I'll just run for sheriff. So is this just a political hit? Is this just free speech? We don't like him running his mouth. We went out there, we didn't do a damn thing, and he didn't like it? Well, fuck him. Why'd you become a cop? Just so you can put a thumb up your ass? So you can fuck over Mr. Rogers? You know it's easy to fuck over Mr. Rogers. That serial killer that's still in Costilla County, 2 dead bodies by the church in San Luis, 1 dead body they just found there in the Wild Horse Mesa. So is that Sam Jepson? Is that Robert Pickerel? Sam Jepson? Is that fucking Phil Greeny? Any of these motherfuckers, you guys, I saw them committing crimes. These motherfuckers are committing crimes, and you guys are going to keep ignoring this shit, and more people are going to get hurt. They're going to get hurt. You don't give a shit about the crimes that are being committed. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Enclosed, please find an order issued. Please contact this office if you have any questions. Oh, I had a question. Yes or no, does the 5th Amendment apply to me? And yes or no, does the damn magistrate, are they allowed to rule in summary judgment? I had 2 questions for you. I fucking filed 40 pages. You couldn't even answer them 2 questions. Fucking fake ass motherfucker. And then CC'd. He makes sure he went ahead and sent it to these lawyers. Hey, see guys, I went over and fucked him over. I fucked that guy over. He thought he was going to get justice in American courts. He didn't realize that we don't care about justice at all. We're here to suck the billionaires' dicks and to fuck over as many poor people as we can. We don't give a shit about truth. We don't give a shit about justice. I like to think that if there's a dispute between 2 people, 2 sides, both get to make their case. Both sides get to make their case, show what evidence they have, call whatever witnesses they need to have, and then ultimately the jury adjudicates the thing based on the evidence, based upon the truth of the thing. I'm so disgusted with these fucking assholes, man.